All right, good morning, everybody. It's what is it? Monday, December 6th, 2021. Hope everybody's week has started off okay. I know Shane and I are asses and elbows. He was going to join me, but he's getting yanked in all kinds of different directions. So he said, "Go for it." He's got other things he's handling. I know Tammy's busy. I know War Machine's busy. So good morning to all you. It's definitely a Monday morning and we're rolling with it. So I wanted to come on here real quick. I did have time. I did have time to get caught up as best that I can with what information is out there on the trial, the Maxwell trial. Um, and so I just want to talk about it for a few minutes with you guys. Um, it's just crazy. So they said it's going to be about a 6 week trial. They're already into it 1 week, so there's 5 weeks left. And I guess Thursday they had the housekeeper testify for the prosecution, and they also had one of the victims also testify on Thursday, I believe it was. So the housekeeper was saying that they seen several underaged females entering the house multiple occasions. Um, they also talked about how Maxwell was involved. It seemed like she was the lady of the house. They were under instructions. I guess all of the employees of the house had handbooks. They were under the instructions to take these individuals to her office or to her. She would pick them up. The housekeeper at times would pick them up at their homes. My question is where the hell are the parents when all this stuff's going on? Uh, there was even testimony that one of the mothers, it seemed like, and if I'm wrong, I'll correct it, but it seemed like one of the mothers had taken their underage daughter to the house and dropped them off, or I don't know. It just seemed awful weird to me. Um, no, I don't know what's going on in Antarctica right now, but I'll put my feelers out for that. I'll ask around. I want to talk about the trial right now. So I found that strange that a mother would take her underage daughter to some strange big mansion and either drop them off or go to the door and drop them off and then walk away. I mean, what the hell? If you don't have a motherly instinct or intuition that something's wrong there, what the hell? So that struck me as odd. Um, the housekeeper also testified that Jeffrey would have anywhere from 2 to 3 massages a day. 2 to 3 massages a day by these young adults, not even really adults. So I won't call them that. Let's call them underage. I just got. I'm trying to be careful of what I say here so they don't take us down. And other women is what the housekeeper said. And some of those women could have been of age. Um, they also testified that they would go in and clean the room after the massages, and there would be toys laying around that had been used. And so the housekeeper would clean them up and put them in Maxwell's drawer or wherever her personal items were at. There was testimony that there were pictures of women and underage victims in, I guess, the desk drawer or something. Yeah, they also testified that these young women were very well groomed. They were groomed, and that was part of Maxwell's job, was to be there to make them feel like it was okay and comfortable, and this is kind of like a mother figure, meaning that she's an older, mature woman, and it's okay because she feels okay, and she would groom them. Um, the housekeeper also stated that most of the females in that house would walk around topless. Most of them, most of the time, would walk around topless. Whoever these people were, whether they be adult women or not adult women, would walk around topless quite often. Um, it's disgusting. It's very disgusting. Uh, they had so I picked this up. My source is courttv.com. That's where I went. Courttv.com. If you haven't seen any of that stuff, that's what I picked up. And they of course had a panel on there. They had a prosecution lawyer type of panelist. They had a defense lawyer type of panelist, and then another reporter. The defense panelist would make statements like, well, their job is to discredit the victims. And I find that horrible. I find that horrible that they would put a victim in that kind of harm's way to sit there and badger them, in my opinion, and try to tear them down and try to discredit them and um, try to make them feel like it was their fault or that uh, whatever they did caused this. I think that's wrong, in my opinion. He also made the statement of, well, these women are now adults, so it's hard to determine what their stories are now as an adult to what was reality when they were a child. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. How dare you say that? That their stories have changed now that they're adults? I don't believe that for a minute. So I guess in his eyes, in his view, that's what the defense is going to really go after, is try to make it sound like they've changed their story over the years, that they've dramatized it more, made it sound like what really happened in that house didn't really happen, that it was all in their heads. And I just find that as very distasteful, very demonic. And that's the people that we have in this world. That's what makes me dislike our justice system, because it seems like the criminals have more rights than the victims, and it seems like to me at times that they prevail. That the justice system is set up to where people who are guilty get off by technicality. Oh, well, they didn't read me my rights. So even though I did this and this and this, I get off because they didn't read me my rights. That's bullshit. Or the crime scene was violated or dirtied up by the investigators, and so they throw evidence out because of that reason. It's just really disheartening, and it really irritates the hell out of me, especially when somebody's caught red-handed. You would think that justice would be swift. If you're caught red-handed with your hand in the cookie jar, why take so long to convict? I think they drag this stuff out to try to influence jurors, to try to um, threaten witnesses. It's just my opinion. That's all. I just find some of this stuff really, really bad. I mean, take a look at some of those cases over the years, like the OJ case. The glove doesn't fit, whatever. He did it. They had evidence, but he got away with it because he had a lot of money and he had some damn good lawyers. So is she going to skate by? Is she going to get off the hook? I don't know. We're all paying attention. We're all watching. And I know some people say, this is a false flag. They're throwing this at us to make us look over here while they're doing something else. I can kind of agree with that statement a little bit, but this is a big deal to all of us, I think, um, when it comes to protecting the children, protecting our children. These are the monsters that are out there that are preying upon our children. So to me, this is a court case that we do need to pay attention to, for sure. I don't know what else you guys have seen in this case. I'm going to pay attention to it. I'm going to read some more on it. See what else they put out this morning. I think they re-adjourned this morning. They should be in the courtroom right now. Nothing live that I can find. So this is all after the fact. This is late last week that I'm talking about. They are talking about it being in New York. And I know we've kind of questioned that a little bit. Is it really in New York? They're talking about it being in New York. Doesn't mean that that's fact. This Jeffrey and his wealth and his connections and his homes that he's had all over the world kind of makes you wonder who else is tied to this. I know we've talked about how deep this goes. I mean, we've talked about it goes really, really deep. So is this court case going to be the case that cracks it wide open, that spills the beans on everybody? I know early last week, they were putting out Hollywood elites names that were on the manifest, that were the pilot said, yes, these people I flew these people around. So I don't know. We'll see. Run through February of 2022. I don't know. They said this morning it was slotted for 6 weeks. This court case was slotted for 6 weeks. Now, it doesn't mean that it'll go 6 weeks. It could go less. It could go more. So, yeah, it very well could run into February. You got to figure that deliberation as well for the jurors could go on for a week or two, especially if they're if they all have different opinions of what really happened and they can't agree on anything, then it definitely could drag out for weeks, deliberation. I took last night off, and just to give you guys a heads up, I'm trying to take 2 days off a week. Sundays and Mondays, I'm trying to take those days off so I can rest up. And so I wasn't on last night because that was my first night I was taking off. I'm not supposed to be on tonight, but thank you, Shane, for the super sticker. But we have a guest scheduled for tonight, so I will be on tonight, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Time. We'll be on tonight. I got some very special guests coming on tonight, and I'm excited to have them on. So we'll be on tonight for sure for an hour or so. Just to let you guys know, because I did put out the other day that we're taking Sunday and Monday off, but then I got an email that said, don't forget you had this scheduled for Monday. So no problem. I'll be there. So tonight will be a good show. You don't want to miss it tonight. It's going to be a really good show. What else do we have in the chat? Yeah, I know a lot of people, Debbie, miss us when we're not on 7 days a week. But, I've been going 7 days a week now for almost 9 months without really taking too many days off. and I need to change my schedule. My son needs me. I need a break. I need to rest up. So Tammy does Thursday night ladies night for me, and then I'm going to take Sundays and Mondays off, except for tonight. We'll be on tonight, so don't miss out tonight. Jeff B shut down his Telegram. Yeah, I haven't heard from Jeff B in a few days, since about mid last week. I've reached out to him a couple of times, and I haven't got a response back from him. So he may be in the Bahamas, taking a break. I don't know. I'll reach out to him again today, see if he'll answer my call. Where has this channel been for 2 days? Well, I took last night off, Lisa. And the other, let's see, we had Friday and Saturday night. Some of the topics that we were talking about on Friday and Saturday were pushing the guidelines for YouTube. So I took them down, and they are now up on Rumble. I know yesterday a few people reached out to me and said, hey, it's 3 p.m. It's still not on Rumble yet. That's because I had downloading problems Saturday night. And then I woke up yesterday morning still half asleep and deleted it. So I had to re-download it. But they're both up. Friday and Saturday night shows are both up on Rumble. You can catch all of them on Facebook. Nothing gets taken down off of Facebook. So if you guys miss a show and you don't want to wait for the download on Rumble, hop over to Facebook, Liberty Warrior Nation, and you can catch it over there. And you don't have to wait for the download. We're also on Podbean, and that's really taken off. We've got a lot of new subscribers on Podbean and a lot of downloads on Podbean. So Podbean, you spoiled us. Yes, I know, BCat. I'll be honest with you guys. Not being on last night, I was jonesing really bad. I missed hanging out with you guys too, but I have to take a break. It's a must. So I really wanted to go on last night, but I knew I couldn't. So I miss you guys too. I miss hanging out. I miss having this chat and talking about all the cool stuff we talk about. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about this morning, is just the trial and what they're putting out there. Just pay attention to it. We'll see where it takes us. We'll see if we'll see what the defense has to put up for her, which I'm sure it'll be something, like I said, just tearing everybody down, the victims, and putting out a bunch of nonsense. I predict that they're going to probably make her paint her as a victim as well, and say it was all Jeffrey and she had nothing to do with it. That's my prediction. That's going to be their defense. They're going to say, oh, poor Maxwell. She was just doing what she was told, or she was just, being a chauffeur or whatever. But come on, you didn't know what was going on. Hell, they were even using your toys. So the housekeeper claims anyway. So that's what's up for this morning. I'm going to check into it some more and see what they put out after today. I'll be checking that tomorrow morning, throw something up for you guys to read if I can find something worth reading. So we'll jump off of here. We'll be back this evening at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Time with special guests. So hope to see you all there, and we'll have a good time tonight. All right, folks, have a great morning. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you this evening. Later.